Hi Katie, my name is Benjamin Scott Sanchez. I am a graduate of the Full Sail University Education Media Design and Technology graduate program, and I chose your particular media presentation as one that I wanted to review this month when I was invited to do so. I think your topic is very timely, and I'm impressed with what you've accomplished and congratulate you for getting this far. So I just want to answer a few questions that were sent to me about your project and give you my feedback. I hope that it's useful. So let me just go down my list here real quick. I think aesthetically your particular media project was well done. One of the things that I think we all struggle with in the Full Sail graduate program is the video camera that is provided actually takes really good video. Unfortunately, the sound is not as good quality as it could be. And so it seems like unless you hook up some outside sound device to go with it, like a microphone, you have a little bit of a problem. So here in your video is well done. The sound could have been better. And I'm hoping Full Sail in the future might provide possibly like a small lapel microphone or something that we can use to get better sound when we're doing these types of productions, because it's so important. Seeing you is important from the video aspect, but hearing what you have to say is also of equal importance, if possibly not even more important. So in terms of the video, I think you probably did the best with what you have, but it can always be improved. The one thing I want to point out in your video that I'm really impressed with, and this was part of my final media project, was this concept of when you're actually making some points in your presentation, instead of putting on the screen a repeat of what you're saying, here you just used the three basic points that was very clear and productive while you were talking about those particular topics. That was great. I have to commend you. You did a great job with that. I over and over again in the graduate program and also in my professional life, I see people doing presentations and putting way too many words with their points. And here you did the right thing, very clear, productive, outstanding. So I kudos to you for picking up on that. One of the things I would recommend is you might want to rethink a little bit about the pacing when you do a video. The pacing on this was pretty good. I found it to become a little slow, particularly when you start talking about the different tools, the Web 2.0 tools that somebody might use, like classroom websites or Twitter or wikis or blogs. And those are fine, but I think during that particular segment of your video, the pacing was a bit slow. I think you could have picked it up. If you're going to introduce and talk more about each one, that would be fine to go slow. But I think in this case, you were basically just giving a list, and so you might want to work through those just a little bit quicker to make sure your audience doesn't get bored, for lack of a better word. Not that your presentation was boring at all, but in this particular case, I think that you could have clipped through those a little bit faster to keep your audience a little more engaged. A couple things I wanted to point out to you. One on each side, and that's about your music. The first thing I want to say is a small criticism, and to be really careful of, is at the very end of your video, as you were wrapping up your narration, the music came in before you were done speaking, and I don't know where it occurred, right in here somewhere, and it drowned out the last few words of what you had to say. So always keep in mind what you have to say is incredibly important, so always make sure you don't have the music drown out anything you have to say, because it's so critical that we hear, and music is a nice add-on to that, but your words are much more important than any music you could add on. Now, the real positive about your music is I think that you, from what I can tell, recognizing some of those clips as Apple clips, I think you did a great job with mixing your own music. I congratulate you. A lot of people go the easy way out and pick something that's pre-mixed and they just put it in there. In this case, I think you mixed some loops together, and congratulations on that. I know that's always a challenge to get something, but it makes it very personal and very much you. So congratulations for doing that, and I think you did a great job. I would encourage you to just make sure you keep this vision alive that you have about using especially Web 2.0 tools in the classroom. It's easy to become disengaged from it and discouraged if people don't sort of catch on to it. but I think it needs to become a regular part of education, and I commend you for choosing it as your topic. And keep it up. Don't be discouraged. Keep your web page up. I think that your web page and the presentation you gave to help people understand the different tools available is outstanding. It's a good blend of information that's not overbearing and yet gives great tools and advice to educators to help them take advantage of those tools. So again, I think you did a fine job. I've read part of your thesis work and your media presentation work, and I think you've done a great job. Keep it up, and congratulations.